After midweek European action, the Scottish Professional Football League returns to our screens today. Welcome back to the channel, Fog Football here. Now, of course, it's already returned to our screens in the form of Ayr versus Falkirk. If you want a match review, go on the channel. Last night, Falkirk could have won the title, could have clinched promotion to the Premiership and also a league title. But sadly for them, the big man whose name's absolutely eluding me, he gets sent off as well. I can't even remember his name. Anyway, that's irrelevant, alright? I'll tell you what's very relevant. League 2, alright? League 2 and League 1. I'm riding solo, so I've decided that we're not even going to bother looking at the league table. How great's that? So let's dive into League 2 then, shall we? Bonnyrigg Rose versus East Fife. Going to go for 2-0 Bonnyrigg Rose. How about that? Clyde against Forfar Athletic. 1-0 Forfar Athletic, because why the hell not? Edinburgh City against Elgin City. Going to go 1-0 Edinburgh City. Period. Against the Spartans. I'm going to go 2 each in that one. And then our final game. Jeez, oh man. He's fried. Sunstroke. That's what I'll say is. Still in Albion against the boys in Stranraer, Clay. So I'm gonna go 2-0 Stranraer. Fuck it, that's what I'm gonna go. So mixture of fixtures. Like the way that sounded. We'll dive in to League 1 now. Right. 5 games. Alloa Athletic against Arden Athletic. I swear, it feels like these two play each other every week. Double A versus Double A. We all love our Double A batteries, don't we, at the end of the day? But what's this? What's in the box? What's in the predictions here? Because I'm going to go for 2 each, man. High scoring, Double A shite. Dumbarton versus Cove Rangers. Going to go for 3-1 Dumbarton. Because why the hell not? 3-1 Dumbarton. Brilliant, isn't it? Breathe it in, man. Right. Inverness against Kelty Hearts. Inverness, they lost last week, didn't they? I'm gonna go 2-0 Kelty Hearts. Why not? Maybe one of the only Hearts teams to pick up a victory this weekend. Then we've got Queen of the South against Montrose at Palmerston Park. Gonna go 1-0 Montrose in that one. Then our final game, BBC Alba, Arbroath versus Stenhousemuir. I mean, again, what is the actual gimmick, folks, right? With teams in the Premiership getting 80% of the TV money for like the BBC Alba deal for League 1 and the Scottish Championship BBC Sport, deal. I just, that's designed all wrong. You know what I mean? It should be flipped. It should be 80% for these leagues because these teams need it, you know what I mean? It's like Rangers and Celtic and other teams in the I don't know, it's pathetic, man. I can't even be arsed ranting about it, but I'll go 1-0 Arbroath. Right, into the Championship table. Now, of course, there's already been a game played, as I kind of talked about and reviewed already. Ayr 1, Falkirk 1. That, of course, puts you at this current predicament. Well, the current predicament is Ayr United can no longer win the league title. They're never really going to win the league title, but you know what? A win would have kept it alive for them. As for Falkirk, they sit 9 clear of Livy. If Livy win their game in hand tomorrow or later on the day, the gap can go to 6. But with superior goal difference, you probably realistically need Falkirk to... I mean, all you need really is Falkirk to draw 2 games and lose one. It's not an impossible ask, but you know what I mean? It's more hope than anything else from a Livy point of view. Further down the table, you've got Partick and Rafe battling out for that 4th spot. I mean, Greenock Morton could get half a sniff in there, but Partick Thistle are a win away for ending that. And then at the bottom, I think is the most interesting thing. Queen's Park, Hamilton, Dunfermline, Airdrie, separated by 6 points. The team that's the highest of it in the worst form. The team that's actually the lowest of it in the best form. They're all probably going to meet somewhere in the middle. But where we're going to meet is the Scottish Championship predictions here. Greenock Morton versus Livy. Will Falkirk win the league title tomorrow? I'm going to go with no. I'm going to go with no. I mean, I was maybe going to say yes, but I think Livy will get the job done and make it interesting going into the last couple of games. So I'll go with 2-1 Livy. Up next, Partick Thistle against Hamilton. Going to go. Where am I going to go? I'm going to go Partick to win. Partick will win it for Hill. I'm going to go 3-1 Partick. Right, Queen's Park against Dunfermline. A team in absolute freefall is Queen's Park, right? But a win pretty much guarantees their safety. And if the players down at Hampden can't step up the task for that, then I think you've seriously got to question what are they even doing. So, fuck it. I'm going to go 1-0 Dunfermline. Queen's Park are not winning this game of football. Wouldn't be surprised if it was by more goals either. But we'll have to wait and see. And then Rafe against Airdrie. Rafe will need to keep close with Partick. They'll need to have a bit of faith in the Rafe. But I think Airdrie are going to win. I'm going to go 1-0 Airdrie, man. I'm telling you. Airdrie, the Great Escape is on because, Jesus, we have looked at points this season where they were like 13 points off. No away wins. I mean, they might still have no away wins, so maybe this is a risk, but fuck it. Risk it for a biscuit. Airdrie need to win, and that's the bottom line. And I think they will win. But good news for them, you know, three of the teams above them, well, one of them's guaranteed to drop points. So that's the good news, but games are running out. Right, folks, into the Premiership. There's the league title. There's the league title. I think we know where the league title's going. Early kick-off and all. But yeah, 13 points at the top. Rangers, midweek heroics against Athletic Bilbao. Fantastic result for me. I don't even care. You know what? That is a morale victory to be proud of. I think, that along with 9 men, 10 then 9. I mean, the 9 was only 10 minutes, but let's be honest. We can say it was only 10 minutes or however long it was, towards the end of that game. A team that gave it all, playing against 2 extra men in a European quarter-final. The team held together, man, and honestly, without that crowd, it was a mixture, man. It was great. I know it's a draw, but why are people pretending that it's a shite draw? Like, is it banter or is it actually people being genuinely serious, right? Because I'll admit, right, to me it's a great draw, but if we go through next week in Bilbao, which is a big if, this draw that we picked up on Thursday is going to be looked back, as like, holy moly, what a fucking draw that was. If we go out in Bilbao, this 0-0 draw will be quickly forgotten about. But for me, that is a Rangers blueprint. That is what we've got to try and do every week with the amount of effort and work rate. You know what I mean? I get it, right? You're not going to get... Not lucky, because I don't think we got much luck, but I feel like you do get an element of luck in these 0-0 games, because there was a few chances they missed that other days they might put into the back of the net, like the ball got fizzed across. But for the most part, honestly, man, defensively, that was pretty much perfect for Rangers. With 10, with 11, well, with 11 it wasn't, but with 10 and 9 it was, so... Yeah, proper, absolutely ranked rotten, but I'm not telling you nothing you didn't already know, but I think we'll know next Thursday whether or not how good that draw truly was. Anyway, Hibs, Aberdeen, Dundee United, 3 teams that all want third. Hearts, kind of in no man's land, to a degree, because they could very easily finish 7th or 8th this week, and then be at the top 6, so there's going to be a lot of talk there, and obviously at the bottom, St John's need to keep on winning. So let's dive into it, folks. 3 games on telly, and pretty much there's something on the line in every game. Celtic, Kelly need to survive. Celtic need to get this title over the line. Would I be surprised if Celtic drop points in this game? I probably would be. Because despite how bad Celtic have been in recent weeks, the home form's not been as bad as the away form. But here, saying that, Kelly last season did pick up a point at Parkhead, but again, they were in much better condition, weren't they? I'm going to go Celtic to win this one. I'll go 3-1. I think it'll be close in parts, but Celtic will edge it. But interesting talk for Rodgers across the board today. Basically saying either the manager has to go or you refresh the team. So we'll see what happens there. But I'll go 3-1 Celtic. Dundee United against St Johnstone, another game where both teams must win. It's more must win for St Johnstone from a survival stake, but from a Dundee United perspective, you feel like any more drop points, they're not going to have a chance of finishing third. I'm going to go 2-1 St Johnstone. I think another great escape's on. Motherwell against Hearts at Fir Park. I'm going to go 2-1 Motherwell. Been on the receiving end of some horrific VAR calls, and maybe they'll get one or two that goes their way in this game. Not that they necessarily need it against Hearts, but Critchley can't win a big game. And this is kind of a big game because, top six is on the line. And I tell you what, I never rated Critchley. I think we all know my opinion on the guy, but if he doesn't get top six with that Hearts squad, then he needs to go. Honestly, and I think it's that serious. So I'll go 2-1 Motherwell. St Mirren against Ross County. St Mirren need to win and hope for a favour in the other two, don't they? Is that how it works? Well, their goal difference is that good, so St Mirren just need to win and hope Hearts don't win, and they've guaranteed sixth spot there. So I'm going to go 2-1 St Mirren. I think they'll win. So according to my calculations, St Mirren will finish in the top six and Hearts won't. Sunday, right. Aberdeen versus Rangers at Pittodrie on Sky. Brilliant. Can't wait for it. Or is it I can't wait for it? Because what really should Rangers do into this game? For me, rest everybody, right? And I know it's not going to happen, but I would rest everybody, man. See that back 5 or 4, whatever Barry's going to play on Sunday here, right? And whatever one you're going to play on Thursday, I would change the whole team up completely. Europe's all we've got, and you know what? That mammoth performance that the lads stuck in on Thursday has made the game in Bilbao much bigger. You know what I mean? So I want us firing on all cylinders for that, folks, and hopefully that happens. But what I would say is, looking at this Rangers team, there's not a lot of depth, but what could a rested team look like? I don't think you need to rest the goalkeeper, so Kelly for me continues to play. Back four, honestly, Proper and Fernandez, Nansala. I'm not even exaggerating. That might sound like too left field, but that's who I'd be sticking in. Into the midfield areas, McCausland, Barami. I think he's just going to do with Dessers and Tierney up front. So what I would do is probably start Igamani and Danilo in this game. There's a lot of things that he can do, Barry, into this game, but I wouldn't like to see whoever you're going to start on Thursday play here. And again, you may have heard me say Dessers and Tierney. I think Barry Ferguson is going to start those two in Bilbao, right? As much as I'd rather see Igamani. Look at what Igamani did when he came on. You know what I mean? He was taking like 4 or 5 guys for a walk, literally. And I get it, they were tired, but they were fucking playing against 10 men. How tired could Bilbao have been? Anyway, I'm actually going to go for a draw in this game. I'm not that bothered about it. The big one's Thursday. I'm going to go 1 each. And then our final game, Hibs against Dundee, Sunday, 13th April, Premier Sports. Be there, be square. What's the result going to be? I'm going to go 3-1 Hibs. I think Hibs are in good form and they'll continue that. Anyway, guys, that's it for the SPFL preview show. Leave your thoughts down below and peace.